Hello and welcome to a video review of Studio Series Devastation Optimus Prime, and he is a tiny truck. I mean tiny. We'll bring in Animated Ratchet from my last review. Absolutely just dwarfs him in both modes. This guy is just massive. So for the 28 bucks I paid for him, is he a good Optimus? It's decent. Did it need to be 25 bucks? No. Could it have, I think I paid 25, 28 for it. Did it need more accessories? Yes. Did it need more paint? No. This is probably going to be my most controversial review. I don't like a whole lot of paint on my Transformers. It chips, it fades, it gets scuffed, paint issues. I prefer unpainted. Now this guy does have some paint to him, but I prefer unpainted because you can just take him and just roughhouse him if you really want to. I understand I'm a collector, but I always hated that as a kid with Transformers with paint. You take them outside, their paint scratch, they fade, they yellow. That just bugs me. That's just my OCD talking. But this guy, I have no problem with the lack of paint. The lack of accessories is where I draw the line. He comes with 2 accessories. The first one we're going to get into because I think it is his weakest accessory. Objectively, his second accessory is probably one of the worst accessories Transformers have come with, so we'll set that off to the side. And his axe. Oops, if I don't drop it. Yes, this looks terrible, because you can't have him just statically standing with the axe because it's got this whooshing. I really wish that, I mean, you're already seeing some paint chipping there. This came out of the box like this. And I do like that the handle's unpainted. There's no paint scuffing or paint wear, same with the peg. But I really wish we just had a neutral axe. Or maybe it would have been translucent. This isn't too bad storage for it. You got the little port there, you got the peg. Hooray for storage that I wish we had gotten away from the movie line. Yeah, it's just stupid storage. I can see why they did it, but yeah, this is his weakest accessory, so I'm going to set that up to the side. His second accessory, I don't know. We'll get into it in robot mode because on mine it's super tight to open. But yeah, a flat nose truck. You got the smokestacks, visible head. Not a whole lot of robot cable other than the head, and you can see some of the paint does not match. There is a few painted pieces, I think. I think these are painted. It doesn't match. It's worse in hand than it is on camera. You got kind of the cartoon style windows there. You got the lights. You got the other lights down here. You got the smokestack. The wheels are tiny. I don't like it. So it rolls good, but these wheels are just too small. Autobot symbol there. Nothing on the other side. All in all, it's your 80s Optimus Prime truck mode with really tiny tires. Not much to it. And yes, I believe he can hook up to Earthrise Prime's trailer. I don't have it, so I'm not worried about it. So without further ado, we'll get into the transformation. You want to take these, untab them. You don't want to tab them in yet, but there's the tab here that'll go into there. You want to split that, and then you want to bring down his legs, which there is a tab here that pegs in back here. I'm not sure what you can see that, but it does tab in. So you want to bring down that. And then what you want to do, which I love this idea, so you want to take these and rotate them. And that hides the wheels, and then bring his feet out. Take this. So you almost have, and then you want to flip him the trailer hitch. So you almost have the Optimus Prime cartoon leg with no wheels. These I can live with, but I love how you get this sleek no wheel design with, the extra G1 design. Take this one, fold it in, fold these back out, fold the trailer hitch in, and there you have the legs. Now the arms on mine tab in really super securely. So what I always have to do is kind of come in here. You want to untab them and pull them out. This side's really tight on this one. You want to pull it out like that. You want to bring them out. And then you want to bring the arms out. And then just flip out his hands. Now, you want to rotate this after you push the grill in, because the grill does kind of tab in there. So if you go to bring it around, it's going to kind of collide. So fold the grill in, and then you want to rotate this around. Come to the back, fold these panels out, which have a slot right there. There's a tab that does kind of tab in. You got to kind of work with it a little bit. Now, I keep saying now, one of the parts that irritates me most, we'll bring up the head before I get into that, and that kind of rotates around, kind of soft thoops into place, and that kind of hangs out. This back bumper, you want to bring these up, and it kind of fills in this. This can move out of the way a little bit for rotation, but you don't get much more than that. I'll get more into it in articulation. But you can have it flush, right? And these feel almost like they're going to break. It feels like really loose plastic. So you can get them, and they do tab in, but when you push it forward, they like to untab. But then you kind of have this back kibble that you really can't get out of the way. But for right now, there we have our G1 Optimus. And I mean, he is a tiny boy. I mean, tiny. We'll bring in... I mean, Slingshot's a little shorter than him. I paid more for Slingshot. I don't really mind this figure. But this guy should have honestly been... If they just took this figure and upscaled it to a Voyager... I'm not even talking a huge Voyager. I mean, maybe to the scale of this. Just 2 inches taller. I would have been okay with this figure. I know I keep using this guy. This guy's my go-to because he is a standard Voyager size now. I mean, if I brought the Voyager Revenge of the Fallen in, this guy is tiny. So we'll get into his next accessory, which on mine, if I can get these to open, I kind of have to display these out and then open it from the bottom. And we close these back up. It's super tight. And as you're noticing, he has little holes there and holes on the side of his hand. He comes with a matrix. Now, you're probably asking, how easy does it come out? Not really. So, 1 second here. I'm going to use my car keys to pop it out because on my copy, it is in there too dang tight. And I don't know if I can pop it out of there because it is really, really, really tight. So, give me 1 second to try to find something I can use to pop it out with. And I don't have anything. So anyways, the matrix can come out. I'm trying to look around my room and pop this out. I've done it before. It just is very tight. I'm going to leave that there. I can't really ever get it out on the first try. It does take a second, and yes, it is in there that tight. Okay, so using a spudger, I finally got it out. Put my spudger back, and you can see some nice detailing in there. Nothing on the doors. Again, there's no paint. There's 2 accessories. He should have came with more detailing. I mean, they could have did something cool, like in Beast Wars where it opened up. I know it's from the game, but they could have gave us something. So you can see some nice detailing in there, all unpainted. And while I said I don't mind lack of paint, that doesn't mean everything should be unpainted. Look at the Robot Heroes Jazz versus the Robot Replicas. The Robot Heroes Jazz had the taillights painted on the back. The Robot Replicas didn't. And frankly, I gotta air this out. I'm not saying I hate G1, but I'm getting tired of seeing G1 everything. Everything has been G1 since Kingdom. And I'm tired of it. I only got this guy because I liked the game, and I have passed on every single G1 style Optimus because I have the G1 Optimus reissue. If I wanted a G1 Optimus, I'll just dig out my G1 Optimus. Same with all of my G1 figures. It's nice to have them, to see them updated. But you know in 3 years we're going to get an update to this figure that's going to have this or this. And I'm kind of tired of seeing G1. I liked Bayverse. I like that it broke away. I just wish we'd get things that are not so G1ified. With the Matrix, just gray plastic, no paint whatsoever. And he can hold it, sort of. On mine it doesn't like to because the tabs don't really, you can't really get his hands close enough. So you can kind of get him holding it, but his shoulders don't go far enough. So you can kind of get him holding it, but not really in both hands. I believe this Matrix came with the G1 Legacy Optimus, which I know I just said I don't like seeing G1. I did want that one, frankly, for the reason of just having a G1 Optimus with a little bit more articulation that I could pose with some of the War for Cybertron, the Kingdom figures that I do have. Like, I have a few. If I couldn't find the G1 figure, I got the Kingdom, but that's the only reason I wanted him, is put them next to them. But anyways, we'll get into articulation here. Shoulders, we'll do a full 360. Can move back all the way for transformation. Can only move forward that far. Can move up that far. Elbow rotation, 90 degrees at the elbow. Hands for transformation, that's pretty much it. Head can't look up or down. I mean, it kind of can. Can do a full 360, no tilting. Waist swivel, that's it, because of that back kibble. Hips can move backwards that far before they run into the kibble, and forward before they run into the grill and untab everything. I get a better view on that. Come on, there you go. Outward, 90 degrees. Knee rotation can do a full, almost full 360. 90 degrees at the knee. Feet can move down 90 degrees, and toes can move down. That is it for this guy, and we'll give him his axe, which admittedly does not look bad, but let's say you just want him in a standard pose. It looks bad, and you have that tab. It should have been something different. They should have engineered it maybe like the Masterpiece, or not Masterpiece, the one where it like popped onto his hand. I think that was the book style reissue. But he's not a bad figure. I mean, there's detailing here that, I know, contradicting myself, could have been painted, could have been a sticker, they could have just left it smooth. I know the G1 Optimus had it, but I mean, there's a lot of detail here that was purposely molded in to make it look like the game, but then they just left it unpainted. And I don't really remember Devastation, it's been a few years since I played it, but I don't remember them having a whole lot of paint or a whole lot of detail because they were going for that G1 look. So why do it? And then you have the yellow paint on his waist is super sloppy. So, and then the Autobot symbol is not even straight. It's kind of cocked to the right a little bit. So there's issues with this figure, and it's not even fully painted on. I'm not sure how else it's going to come off on camera. You can see a lot of the red bleeding through it to the point that I'm worried if I take my thumb and just go like that, it's going to come right off. The tampograph on the, I think it's tampograph, on the windows, I have no problem with. I've messed with this guy for a few months. No problems. That Autobot symbol, I guarantee you, on my shelf in like 5 years, that is going to be like completely worn off. But yeah, let me know what you think about this figure. Let me know if you picked him up. Let me know if you avoided him. I avoided him. I saw the pre-order on BBTS. I looked at it, saw the price, and said no. And then I saw him at Walmart for about $5 cheaper. And I bought him because I wanted an Optimus Prime that was G1 style. That wasn't my G1 reissue that I kind of spent a lot of money on because that was what it was going for at the time. So that's the only reason I have this guy, and I like that now I can put him next to my Earthrise figures and my Kingdom figures until I'm not picking up Studio Series 86. That is too expensive. But yeah, let me know what you think of this figure. Let me know what you think of this review. Let me know how the camera looked. It's kind of gloomy and rainy out right now, so my lighting is not the best, but let me know what you think of it, and I will catch you next time.